Some days you have a warm sand under your feet with a blue sky overhead. The sound of surf and blue water as far as the eye can see. Well, some days you don't. Head over to the marine store, get some screws, finish up the cockpit lighting today, and do a little woodwork, get a reef point set up in the mainsail, and we're gonna head out tomorrow morning to Santa Cruz Island. So out to the store right now. Got my morning coffee. Just Emily had to go to a physical therapy appointment, so I'm gonna walking down to West Marina to get some screws and electrical connectors to get this cockpit lighting done. It's gonna really light up the cockpit. Got blue and white. Blue for when we don't want to ruin our night vision, and white for all the other times. And every time I come down, I try to plug away and get as many projects done as possible. I just got back from West Marine. A bunch of parts. Start getting this work done. Cause we don't wanna grow up. And I'm gonna change the block and the line on the mizzen here. We don't wanna grow up. We just wanna be young. Play and make believe. Come and rescue me. Feel the sun on my skin and scream. We don't wanna grow up. We just wanna have fun. Wild and free. Baby, we could dream farther than our eyes have ever seen. I don't wanna grow up. All right. So we've been down here at Makara for, I guess, about 4 days now. And we were going to plan on going out to the Channel Islands over to Santa Cruz Island, but we had 2 days of strong winds that were kind of right in the middle of the time, and we actually had to get back to the mountains. We have some work that requires our attention, but it's been productive. I'll give you a little tour around the boat right now, talk about what I've accomplished, that me and Emily have accomplished. So let's hop outside real quick and take a look at the boat. So Makara is a 1977 Ed Monk Sea Raker 50. Was built in Tacoma, Washington by Windward Marine. It's a full keel, 50-foot overall, 13 and a half on the beam. She's a heavy displacement. I forget the total, but somewhere around 35 or 40,000 pounds. Catch. There's lots of deck space. See back here behind me on the aft deck, a lot of space. We've got this cockpit enclosure that was built by, I think, 2 owners ago. It's marine plywood. I think it's 3 layers, a 1/2 inch on top, or 2 3/4 inch. It's really thick. And then the up here, the wood framing around the windows is all teak. It has a heavy stainless steel supports. It's pretty bulletproof. All right. So we're here in the cockpit. We got a hydraulic steering. Yeah, we have a hydraulic steering. So the helm's right here. Lots of good storage here underneath the seats. The cushions really need to be remade, but we'll do that later. Turn around here. We've got our instrument panel up here. It's actually pretty well positioned, though the auto helm's there, and it isn't very accessible directly from the helm. But I found that a lot of times when I was bringing it down from Seattle, I just sit basically in front of the helm, generally anyway, so it's not so bad. All right, let's step downstairs. All right, so here we are. We're in the galley. We have a really large fridge and a very large freezer. Propane stove, double sink, which we love because it was always hard to do dishes in our last boat. We just replaced the water filter system with a better, kind of more high-end reverse osmosis filtration system, and it's really does great. Over here at the helm, what I just accomplished was getting our old single sideband out of our old boat actually installed in here. Along with, we replaced, we have a little stereo here. The last one didn't work, so we just replaced that. We also added a red port Wi-Fi optimizer, so we can get better Wi-Fi signal. Didn't work out quite as well as I hoped it would, but it's gonna do okay. We're here in the dinette area. We've got basically over here above the dinette a sea berth. This converts in, the dinette converts into a double. And then on the other side, you can easily sleep somebody on the side of here, and then another sea berth once it gets all emptied out and we remake it. There's lots of storage underneath. Okay, I'm gonna head up here to the bow. As we move forward, we got a big hanging locker. Then hop in. We got the forward head, which I'm gonna actually convert into a small shower as well at some point. But we actually have, I don't know if anybody's familiar with this, we actually have composting heads, which so far, besides the urine part doesn't hold a lot, I found them to be very simple. Nothing can really go wrong with them. We'll see long term, but right now I'm pretty happy with it. Changed these old vents here, which were passive, and put in some powered ones. So we're going to move up, and we're here in the V berth, which is all taken apart right now because all we're using it for in the moment of storage, and we flipped everything up to keep ventilation. There was a lot of mold in the boat, which you can see the dead stuff up in the chain locker right now. We basically had to go 100% through the inside of the boat and spray and kill the mold and then scrub it all out inside of every compartment. It was a lot of work, but it's back. We got a couple hanging lockers inside the V-berth here. We got one on this side, and swing around here. We've got another hanging locker, some lockers above. Tons of storage on this boat. All right, we'll kill this light and move to the aft end of the boat. Now we got the engine room. You look in there's lots of space, little workbench area, which I'm probably going to improve later. That generator, which is in there, doesn't work, and that's one of the things we actually have to replace. We've got 600 amp hours of 6-volt batteries down here. Maybe at some point change them to lithium, and then a big starting battery. That is an old Perkins M236, or I'm sorry, 4236M. Still runs good. I'm looking into some parts because it looks like some on the wet exhaust and the cooling system, it's going to need a little work. The best part, which we love, is that water heater, and it makes life so much better. You can work all day and then take a shower. Now moving forward, we got another huge sea berth. It's a little tight, a little cavernous, but I could see this actually being a good sea berth with, flip the other light on here. You can see down here, lots of storage underneath. Got our electrical panel right there. We'll move forward a little more. Now we're back in the aft cabin, which we have a huge hanging locker here. Lots of drawers up underneath. There's storage underneath. There's like a shoe storage right underneath this. This is a big double berth. Probably could be increased in size, but you'd lose some of the standing room. And then last but not least, come into the aft head and put a couple lights on for you. And the best part is we have a shower, lots of storage behind, and that's it. We got a bunch of projects done on the boat, but the storms came in offshore and kept us from going out to the Channel Islands. So on the way home, we decided to have a little adventure and stop by a place we'd been looking at for years, but had never taken the time to go see. Our attempt to have some adventure and slow down. We pulled off the side of the highway and are exploring a new spot. The highway's down that way. We drive by this place all the time and never have come up here, so on our way back to the mountains and just thought we'd check it out. It's kind of like Joshua Tree-esque rock around here. Rush. It's made me think on the way driving, we need to stop. We need to be sure to stop and do stuff that are like exploration.
I've been saying that forever.
I know.
Every time I have my camera, and then we stop. No, we're in a hurry.
When have you had your camera?
Not in a while.
There we go.
But before.
What's one of those things you can do in the mountains when it's cold? Go for a run. So far, good run. 3 miles in, straight down the highway. Tall climb up here from here. See the storm rolling in, all the clouds in the sky. Turn around, you catch the wind. Mammoth Mountain back there. All the beautiful Sierras here. Woo! Yeah! What a day for a run. This is great. Getting a little cold in the head. It's all into the wind, back to work. But feels good. All right, back up the hill. Running right into the wind. My head's gonna freeze. Solid. Like a double whammy. Straight uphill. Straight in the wind. Oh, jeez. Woo! See if I can get that. There you go. Woo! 6:21. Head got really cold there for a second. It's a good run. Back to work.